Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube segment, I'm going to be giving you a review slash critique of a show that has premiered this season on the ID or Investigation Discovery Channel, and it's called Evil Lives Here. And it debuted and premiered on January 17th, 2016. And what it is about is it focuses on people, and a lot of them that may appear to be scrupulous, and that turn out to have a very dark side and wind up becoming murderers. People that seem real proper and upright, at least superficially, turning out really to be very malevolent, and a lot of these people were not obviously what they had appeared to be initially. And the first episode focused on the first episode's entitled "Something Is Different About Robbie," and it was about a kid that had shown a volatile streak early on, in that he that but one would never really would think that it would escalate to the point that it did, in him becoming a murderer. So really these shows, this show that I really, I watched some of these episodes, and I really did like it, because what it shows a lot of people is, when you see these things, that people there may be people out there that seem to be very scrupulous and to be very upright, but really can have that really strong dark side, and they could be very deceptive. They could be somebody, it could even be your neighbor, it could be somebody, when you're contemporary, somebody that you feel very comfortable with and that you have a rapport with. And it just, you never know who this person could be. So it kind of is like an eye awakener, so to speak. It kind of, for people that may not have thought of these things before, about how maybe somebody that really, that you would never suspect, maybe even that could be capable of something heinous. That it just shows you that anybody really seems to have this potential. That as far as anybody, in theory, you don't really. There's some people you could say out there that you would think the percentages would indicate that they wouldn't do something, they wouldn't become a murderer, but there's nothing that's 0% with anybody, it seems like. And the thing is, there were some other episodes I had seen. There was one episode, on episode 3, was called Cheating Death. This is one was about a woman that had supposedly met her ideal or perfect match or significant other, or what have you, and he turned out to be a real domineering overlord, and very much a control freak, so to speak, and also, of course, wound up being a murderer. At the same time, he was locking her in the house, and having someone they refer to as a minder that would come over and really scrutinize her every move, and what kind of monitor her, so she wouldn't try to leave the place. And really, it just really opens your eyes as to see how diabolical some people can actually be. And it really, really, to me, it just shows you that you just never know, as far as who is really about what. And the thing about this is, these are the what I've noticed about in these episodes, that they'll have people on there that will be questioning, well, why didn't I notice this? Why didn't I detect this earlier? And they'll be the kind of second guessing themselves. And I think a lot of it is, there's really no foolproof method of really detecting somebody that could be evil, that could be nefarious. You really just know. You just have to do the best you can, and try to look at the signs for something, and really and Google it or whatever, and try to and really see what signs you may look for in terms of somebody that is like this. So, and the thing about this is, too, there was another episode also I thought was interesting. Episode 4 was entitled "The Prophet," and in this one, there's a man that brings people into his congregation, so to speak, or following, and then after he lures them in, he tries to get at least some of them to commit murder. So This is something where it shows how this evil just is expressed in so many different ways, where it becomes so violent with people. And with some people, you really just don't know how this actually happens, and how this actually grows in some people. I was looking at something online I thought was interesting. It was called, it was in a blog on psychologytoday.com, and it said it had a lot of times this could have to do with I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, oxytocin releases. So I thought it was just interesting to see that, and to really study this a little bit. But as far as this show goes, I really did enjoy it. It's very insightful. It really shows you how this could happen to anybody. It could happen to you, getting involved with the wrong person. I think it's always important to, you go online, do your extensive background checks with somebody if you're getting involved with him or her, and try to see and study up on possible warning signs if this is somebody that might really have some strong evil and nefarious tendencies in him or her. I think it's important to try to see, maybe study up on what maybe some of the signs might be on that. So I think it does kind of, like I said, it's kind of, this show does really helps make you more cognizant of these people that are out there, and in that really somebody that might seem to be that infallible person on the surface can really be almost the opposite, and have a lot of really dark negative qualities in him or her that just haven't been unveiled on the surface. Well, anyway, people. Oh, by the way, I do give it 5 stars out of 5. I did love this show, and I'm going to continue to watch it. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube segment for my review slash critique of the show on Investigation Discovery, entitled Evil Lives Here. And until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.